Why do so many companies hire so many tech people? Let's talk about it.
Are you listening?
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Caleb King. I'm an engineering director over at Forbes, and my goal with this channel is to help 1 million people break into tech. But you know what? Let's go into the animation studio to dive into this topic a little bit more. All right, that's much better. So I saw this question trending on Quora because unfortunately no one's actually asking me questions. Like, I really hate when I see YouTubers like, you guys have been asking me. No one's been asking me anything. But I did want to give my 2 cents on this particular topic. One of the reasons companies have been hiring so many tech people over the last few years, it really comes down to 3 different factors, and let's break them down. Part number 1, in my opinion, is the pandemic had an effect across all of the job market.
It's chaos here! Fuck!
Which sounds obvious, but this is really what I mean. If you're a tech dad or a parent like me, there's a Coco Melon song, and it talks about the small country mouse versus the big city mouse.
Coco Melon!
My in-laws and me, we're always going back and forth on what's the benefits of living in a small town, what's the benefits of living in a big city. And to me, it comes down to 2 words: options and opportunities. When you're in a smaller town, you have limited options and opportunities, but you have a great community. If you're in a bigger town or a bigger city, you have more options, more opportunity, but your community isn't as closely knit. And that's why a lot of people work in LA or move to New York or Chicago for their career, because they know they can level up, because there's opportunities for them to level up that it might not have back at home. Well, the pandemic completely wiped that away. Because look at me. I'm based in Phoenix, Arizona, and I work for a New Jersey company. If it wasn't for the pandemic, and if it wasn't for companies fully embracing remote work, then I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in today. And that happened to a lot of different people. You had some people who didn't care about working at Google and Apple and Amazon. And even with the recent layoffs, maybe the days of those being like the cool, sexy companies is to be determined, but that might have come and gone. Some people cared more about being remote. Some want to be closer to their family. Some just want to explore life and do different things. And so there were a lot of companies who didn't have access to some of this premier tech talent, and now they had access to it, and they could leverage different things. Like, hey, we're fully remote. We can't pay you Google salary, but we can make you VP and give you a great title bump, a little bit more money than what you make now, and you're fully remote. Or maybe we have better benefits in this way. Whatever it is that they could pitch, they were now able to negotiate and compete with other big players. Part number 2, companies were forced to adapt, both internally and externally. So let's start internally first. I used to work at a company where they were still on Skype, and they had no plans of moving off Skype. Just for context, Skype already declared they were canceling and destroying it, but we were like, we're still using it. And that was simply because they were the company that really embraced being in the office, talking from team lunches, go-kart racing, movies, team builders, you name it. Like, they offered everything because they wanted people to be in the office. But the second the pandemic hit, all the internal tooling that allowed people to be remote, because they embraced the fact that people need to be remote workers, that had to go 100 times faster in terms of implementation. Skype wasn't cutting it anymore. And then we really didn't have any infrastructure to be a remote company. So that company had to hire tech people to come in and implement some of these tools that allow the big organization to work remote. And that meant upgrading to enterprise plans, and that meant implementing across multiple divisions, depending on the size of your company, of course. So that was part number 2. Internally, companies have to adapt to allow their workforce to work remotely. Some were already ahead of the curve, GitLab, some were really far behind. And then lastly, externally, my mom, senior citizen.
What are you taking a picture of me for?
She knew about Amazon, knew about Apple, never used it herself. She was forced to learn how to use Amazon and do the 2-day shipping, learn how to use Instacart to get her groceries. And a lot of these sites, they had to get their crap together. So a lot of sites pre-2020 might look like crap. Like, I'm talking like back when Yahoo was king, like 1998 to 2005 websites. And now, like 2023, 2024, you see the brand new sites, brand new login experiences, mobile responsiveness, like they finally caught up. So let's recap. Part number 1, the pandemic widened the job market. It widened the talent pool. Part number 2, internally, companies had to adapt, and they needed tech people to help them adapt quicker so their workforce could continue to work. And then part number 3, externally, clients were expecting online experiences, expecting things like telemedicine, expecting remote cloud, whatever it is, something where they can do everything online without talking or going into a place. Companies had to hire tech people to build web apps, build mobile apps, build websites that allow them to continue to not only make money, but give their clients a easy user experience. But what did I miss? Don't forget to get your free membership from techdad.pro. I did a whole blog breaking this down. But that's all I got for you guys. Tech out.